Pathmonk is the intelligent tool for website lead generation. With increasing online competition, over 98% of website visitors don't convert. The ability to successfully show your value proposition and support visitors in their buying journey separates you from the competition online. Pathmonk qualifies and converts leads on your website by figuring out where they are in the buying journey and influencing them in key decision moments with relevant micro experiences like case studies, intro videos, and much more. Stay relevant to your visitors and increase conversions by 50%. Add Pathmonk to your website in seconds. Let the AI do all the work and get access to 50% more qualified leads while you keep doing marketing and sales as usual. Check us on pathmonk.com. Welcome to today's episode. Let's talk about today's guest. We have Geoffrey Blanc from Cyberimpact, General Manager with them. How are you doing today, Geoffrey?
I'm doing great. What about you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for asking. And well, I'm sure our listeners are tuning in, Geoffrey, wondering what Cyberimpact is all about. So let's kick it off with that. In your own words, can you tell us a little bit more?
Yeah, sure. Cyberimpact is a Canadian email marketing platform, basically tailored for small and medium businesses, nonprofit organization, and government entities. We offer a user-friendly interface and helps businesses manage and automate their email marketing effort, from simple newsletter to marketing automation. Our strength reside in the compliance, especially here in Canada with the CASL, so the Canadian anti-spam legislation. And we do have other Quebec laws here, the Law 25, where we focus more on security and privacy as well. So that's what summarized the Cyberimpact platform.
Definitely. Okay, awesome. Great to hear that. And so that way our listeners could get a good understanding of your company, Geoffrey. Then what would you say is that key problem then that you guys like to solve for clients?
The key problem is it's not a key problem. Is we're trying to make email marketing easier, very simple to use, at the right price as well. So it's like I said, it's for small and medium businesses, nonprofit and government entities. We want to provide a product that is strongly aligned with the Canadian laws there, and we want to offer a product, like I said, very easy to use.
Definitely. Okay, awesome. So then on that note, then is there a certain vertical? Is there a segment? Is there an ideal ICP there for you guys that you guys like to go for?
Not really, but we're more focused on like I said, the SMBs, small and medium companies, nonprofit, government. We're starting to become very strong, mainly because they have more restriction in terms of security and privacy. So that's what we're focusing on our site. So it's a great target for us. We don't go into e-commerce, either website or company. And that's not our strength. So that we always make sure that we're fully transparent about that. We focus more on going with companies that want to have I would say more standard newsletter, but also that wants to implement let's say marketing automation. And there's also domains where we bit stronger, like the hospitality domains, because we're capable of connecting to a different third-party solution, PMS, ERPs. So that's also some verticals that we're good at.
Okay, awesome. Great. Thank you so much for sharing that. So then how would somebody find out then about Cyberimpact? Is there a top client acquisition channel for you guys?
It's I would say that it's slowly side shifting there. There's of course our website, so we put a lot of effort into our SEO, and we do a little bit of AdWords as well. Apart from that, our product is as a freemium, so that's gonna be bringing different clients as well. just because it can try the platform, it can play with it without any restrictions. So that's a great tool for the acquisition as well. We're doing also outreach, so outbound. So we're contacting directly companies that we think we might be a good fit for them. So we're doing a lot of demos and all that there. We do have also a strong affiliate program. It's not your standard affiliate program where you'll be using partner stack or anything like that. It's built in-house, so we target marketing agencies, communication agencies there by offering our product either on a white label solution or just as a reseller solution there. And it's getting more and more traction, so that's also a great way for in terms of acquisition channel. And like I said, we're starting to do as well more in-person discussion. So we go into different events. During the next year, I'm going to be traveling across Canada just to be part of some different event and just try to reach different persons. So in-person event and one-on-one is also a great channel for acquisition, or just to get the brand a little bit more exposure there.
Definitely would agree. I think those events, did take a dip there in pandemic and afterward, but they're coming back strong. So good to hear that from you, Geoffrey, there. And so that way our listeners who are tuned in could go ahead and visit you guys. They could always check you out at cyberimpact.com. What role does the website then play for client acquisition, Geoffrey?
Yeah, so obviously we're a SaaS business. The role of the website is like super important, because at first we're more a PLG system where the growth of the company is led by the product. Like I said, there's a freemium version, so basically people could try and the freemium version, upsell themselves and just get going with the platform. But again, with the growth that we're trying to achieve there's also a SLG play there where we're going to implicate more sales as well. So while doing the affiliate channel, while doing the outbound communication, or just doing one-on-one discussion with people, we have more sales demo that we're doing. So that's another way that we use our website there. The other portion of it is, and I mentioned at the beginning, where it's pretty strong in terms of SEO as well. And so the play that a website does in terms of acquisition, we have a very strong blog with a lot of information, a lot of useful content as well. We also have a pretty strong facts section, so frequently asked question. Every single feature that we add to the platform or that we already have is documented in there, and a lot of details on that. So that helps a lot as well to add to our credibility, but also to enforce the product and the company brand as well. In terms of, I would say, because initially there's also a weakness with the website. It's more related also to the fact that we have to work in both languages, as we're based out of Canada, more precisely in Quebec. So Quebec is a bilingual province, so we have to think every single feature, product, documentation, etc. has to be in French and English. So it's adding a lot of work. So sometimes it could be something that would be considered like slowing us a little bit down there compared to other products, because I've talked to other companies based out of, let's say, United States there, where their products only develop in English and they're only focusing in one language there. So I would say that's the weakness of our Cyberimpact and the website there. It's that we have to make sure that we focus on those two languages.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Thank you so much for sharing that. Then on that note, then is there any tools or tips or methods that you would recommend to our listeners as far as some website lead generation?
Well, in our case, the only thing I could recommend, especially if you are into PLG, there is to simplify as much as you can the onboarding process. It's like super important. And then I'm not going to do a full class on that, but there's the concept of the churn rate and all that there. You have to make sure that it's very easy to set up either a freemium, or if you're not going with the PLG, but where you're more on an SLG mode there, then just make sure that getting up and running on the platform is very easy. That's I would say the first tips that I'm going to give you there. It's just make sure that the onboarding process is very easy. Second thing is maybe add a little bit of human touch in your process. And again, it's for us, but one of the things that I saw in the last year is by adding that human touch. And what I mean by that, it could be like we do have a chat system, and behind our chat system is 4 or 5 different person that are answering questions. But one of the things that we decided is that we weren't putting like a AI first type of answers. So when you open the chat, you really talk to someone right away. And that makes a lot of difference there in the company and the product and the brand, is that we're even if we're a technology company, we're adding that human touch there, and you really have someone that is there to help you. And I know that it's probably going to cost you more. It's going to add more staffing and all that, but just having that difference there is like making a huge difference throughout the whole sales process or the onboarding process of a new client.
Definitely, and thanks so much for sharing those tips for all our listeners today. And Geoffrey, let's switch gears then a little bit, and let's talk about you as a leader there at Cyberimpact. What are some key tasks you like to focus on your day-to-day work there?
Yeah. So on a day-to-day basis, right now, since we're in like super aggressive growth mode, I'm really focused on the client acquisition. Omar is looking for new ways to acquire a new client, and just also ways to make sure that our client retention is good as well. In terms of new way to acquire some clients, I'm always looking to new affiliates. So I'm trying to talk as much as I can to different marketing or communication agencies. The brand awareness is also a big thing. So just making sure that everyone hears about Cyberimpact, not only in our province, but across Canada. So I'm really focused on that. And I'm also always constantly looking into the competition. So I'm always looking into what they're doing. Is there any new release and all that? So I would say it's always part of my day-to-day. Just because we need to be like fully aware of what's happening. And this is, I would say, it's not taking my whole day to do that, but it's a part of my day, and it helps me strategize for the rest there, make sure that I'm still aligned with the vision and all that there. So I really need to focus on that every day, just to make sure that I have all the information to take the right decision.
All right. Awesome. Great. Sounds like you have a full plate there on your hands. And in between those times, Geoffrey, how do you stay up to date on your marketing news, strategies, trends? Is there a preferred channel that you like to go with?
So that's I always have my LinkedIn open. I follow a lot of people, a lot of different businesses. And I found that LinkedIn is providing me the level of information that I need. I also subscribe to a lot of newsletter. Might be like dumb there, but I think it's a great way as well to get like really inform and get all the information instead of, looking into all the different websites, all that. So you get all the information directly in your mailbox, which I appreciate because my day is pretty stacked with task all the time. So at night or early in the morning, I take the time just to look at all the different newsletters that I have. I'm gonna read sometimes some local and not local business blog. But again, those business blogs, they usually have a newsletter, so I'm gonna subscribe to the newsletter. And the rest is mostly I'm gonna listen to different podcasts. So the one I always listen is the digital marketing podcast, that is available on Spotify. I'm gonna start also listening to Pat Monk more and more for sure in the future. And so I try to listen to different podcasts. I don't have much time there, but when a subject is interesting, I always try to take that 25-30 minutes just to make sure that I grab the information there.
Definitely. All right, great. Thank you so much, Alpha, for that. And well, let's switch to our next section here, Geoffrey, which is our rapid fire question rounds. Are you ready for them?
Yeah, sure.
Awesome. All right, Geoffrey, then first off then is, what is the last book that you read?
Yeah. So to be honest, I don't remember what was the last book. So I want to go with a boring answer on that one. But the last book that I read was for my PMP certification. So my background is more in project management, which is strongly related to being a general manager. And I really like the PM book. So if someone wants to read it, it's not a really fun book to read, but all the information that are in there, and especially all the data related to the different project management stuff, like the process group and the different knowledge area there that you could be using into your daily life. I really find that this book is related to, I would say, any level in the company or any department. We're always doing project management in a way. And that book was like the basics there. So when I passed my exam on that, I really liked the book because of all the information, but also all the different tools they're giving you that you could be using on your daily life there.
Absolutely. All right. Great read there for our listeners. Next up, Geoffrey, then is, what is one single thing that Cyberimpact is focused on at the moment the most?
We're focused on growth there. So, and one of the things that there's two things. So growth there, client acquisition, we're focused on that. And also the roadmap for the product. So the evolution of the product, really focused on making sure that we had nice and cool feature, but at the same time we want to stay very simple to use, because I strongly believe into a tool being simple. We don't want like tons of features. We want to make sure that the features that we have, the user are using them. So we're really focused on that. And there's another aspect as well that is related to the product is security and privacy. So this is something also that we're working on and making our priority on a daily basis there.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. Great. Thank you so much for sharing that. Next up is if there would be no boundaries in technology, what would be that one thing that you want to have fixed for your role as a marketer today?
No boundary. I would say, well, the integration of ChatGPT or any AI into my life there. If there was no boundary, one of the things that I'd like is it's to get like it's maybe it's a bit weird there, but I like to get like something a great speech to text system. I find that I'm always writing, and sometimes it's very repeating. So the speech to text, but something that is really great and makes suggestion. I know that there's something on the market that already exists or is coming up to the market there. But that's really something that I'd like to get there and make sure that I could integrate that to my life.
Definitely. Okay, perfect. Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. The next is, if there's one repetitive task that you could automate, what would that be?
It's exactly what I said. Sending emails, writing emails, it's a killer there. It's there's like, I'm spending too much time on that. So if I was capable of either, have just speech to text, but really working super well, I think that that's something that would be great there. I wouldn't be like, I wouldn't have to spend that much time writing emails or writing on LinkedIn there. I would save a lot of time during my my work week there.
So I think we're reaching that point, right? With all these LLMs coming out. So we'll see what the future has in store for that emails, right? Because a lot of people get a lot of emails. You want to respond, you want to bucket them, and I think that's just the last pain that people are still feeling, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. And then, well, lastly, Geoffrey, I mean, you do have a lot of experience already, but what is that one piece of advice that you would give yourself? I know you mentioned you started as a program manager, but if you would go back in time and give yourself some advice into the marketing world, what would that be?
So with all the experience that I have, the only thing I have to say is to not be afraid of competition. Comparing yourself to the competition and making your place there. I think that I've done it too many times in my life, just restraining myself of not doing something because I was thinking that I wasn't ready or not up for the market or the competition was better. I think there's always a way to find an edge in their on presenting yourself, or you probably have like a feature that someone doesn't have, or there's always something that you could brand yourself and just go out there and get against the competition and just make sure that you get as loud as possible and that people are talking about your product. And this, I think it's like, especially today, I would say that if you want to survive and if you want to grow and if you want to succeed, you have to not be afraid. Go out there, even if you make mistake or, even if there's like ups and down there, just make sure that you're up against the competition and that you're promoting yourself as much as you can.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Geoffrey. I think that's some great advice, not just for yourself, but for all our listeners. And well, we are coming to the end of the show here, Geoffrey. But before we do end, I do want to give you the last word. If someone forgets everything about the interview today, what is that one thing they should remember about Cyberimpact?
That we are the best Canadian email marketing platform on the market right now. So just give it a try, and you'll see that we are different, simple to use, and that you get all the features that you need.
Definitely. Hey, Geoffrey, well, thank you so much for being on. To our listeners, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'm looking forward to our next episode at Path Blanc Presents. Thanks a lot, Geoffrey.
All right. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.